Hi everyone, it's Kristi. I am back to work on the cover. As you can see, I've got everything in the journal. It's a little bit chunky, but it can still be closed properly. And the most important thing is that everything still lays pretty flat. The only thing that I did without you was I went ahead and put this strip of lace on the outside. Now, I did not glue this to the spine because if I did, it wouldn't lay flat. So I have attached it to the front and the back and left it loose in between, as you can see here. So that allows it to continue to lay for the most part flat. Now, granted, there is a lot of bulk in here. But I want to put just a seam binding closure on this. And the way I do that is I will measure about a 1/2 inch in, and we'll go ahead and center it. Let's center it where I can see what I'm doing. I know it's a 12-inch ruler, so oh my goodness, I'm a little disoriented today, guys. Sorry about that. This isn't making it any better. Okay, so I'll get it. All right, the should be 4.5. No, 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Yes, because I did 8.5. And then I want to come in. I think I'm going to come in 5/8. You know what? I'll come in 3/8 with my dot, and then I will punch on the far side of it. It's easier to see that 1/2 inch. Just going to make a little circle right on that leaf. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over, do the same thing, using my 1/2 inch line there to make sure everything's straight. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to use my 3/8 inch punch, and it is going to come right on the edge of that pocket. So I want to move that tag out of the way just for a second, and I think I can center it and I'll be okay. So it comes right there where that pocket is, but I think, oh goodness. Well, let's get the eyelet in there, and then if we have to trim down the tag, we have to trim it down, because we trimmed down the front one, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, let's see. Get that in there correctly. And squeeze. And then let's see where we are. Oh, that looks so cool. Let's see where we are with this. Yeah, we're going to trim this down. That's okay. We'll do about 1/8 of an inch on either side and see where that gets us. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to ink this edge here where we cut. So I guess I probably didn't need to go in that far with that. Sometimes I overestimate in the wrong direction. The older I get, the less math works in my head. I used to love math when I was a kid, but anymore it's the last thing I want to do. So trying to split the difference on stuff, I tend to go the opposite way. Okay, there we go. We're in. So let's do the front, and this one's already thin, so we should be good to go on this one. Oops, wrong side. And there we All right. So yeah, that's going to be fine. All right, so where'd that other eyelet go now? There it is. So we can get that eyelet in there. And get that squashed. Okay, and then get that tag back in there. Oh goodness, it is going to be tight. I should have made those pockets a little bigger, but that's okay. Usually that's not an issue when my pockets come all the way to the side, but that's okay. My goodness, I've got glue everywhere. All right, so I'm going to use this regular, this is just kind of a beige. It's kind of a gray beige. I really like this color. It goes with everything. So I'm just going to use that and do a little lark's head knot. I'll do the same thing on this side. I didn't add anything to the cover yet. I tried a bunch of ideas and I didn't like any of them, and so I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to leave it and just add a little bit of bling to our butterfly and call it done. There we go. Okay, so now we've got our closure. And let's see if I can remember how to tie a bow. Oh goodness. All right. And I like it when there's the two, the double layer of the ribbon. Okay, so I have a couple of things going here, and I have not added the flowers because they are not dry yet. I'm filming this on the same day. I dipped these in my raspberry pad, which is a little bright. Well, this one's not as bright as that one, but it's bleeding through the paper to the front, which I think is really cool. And I'm not going to use these on the cover. I'm going to use them on one of the pockets inside. But I need to wait till they're completely dry to glue them on. All right, so I've got this butterfly in here, and I have a plate, so I want to make a little name plate here that says memories. I want to bling up my butterfly, so I think I'm going to add this piece and then add one of the bigger pieces for his head. And that's gonna be it, because the cover design I really like, and I chose it as the cover design, and no matter how else I tried to do everything, I didn't want to cover it up. So let's work on this. Okay, so this is I believe it's a freebie in Artie Mae's Facebook group, and on her website, which is artiemaze.com. She has lots of freebies, and I printed out 3 of these several months ago when she put it up, and I'm still using it. Lots and lots of different plates and things inside. So I'm going to add glue to this and then put it on the lace trim, and then I want to trim these sides level with the plate, and then we'll add it onto the linen. You could sew around this if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I got the original idea for this layered plate came from Treasure Books, I believe. So let's get that somewhat centered. That I didn't do well with that, but I got a few seconds to play with here where I can get that stretched out. Okay, I want to trim the ends here so that's flush. Okay, I like the way that looks. And then we are going to glue this to that piece of linen, which is a vintage tablecloth, or was a vintage tablecloth. Oh, there goes the sun again. There's some, my goodness. It's playing tricks on my eyes. All right, let's get some glue on here. Yeah, I guess I've just left the lid off of this too much in the last couple days. It's really goobery in the tip. All right, so let's there we go. And because I'm going to bling the butterfly, I'm not going to put any excuse me, I'm not going to put any bling on this plate. Don't think it needs it. Okay. And that is going to go right there. So we'll get a thick layer of glue this time. Oh my goodness. Got a piece of my little Chorky hair in there. And he doesn't even come over here anywhere near my desk, but that hair, if you guys have pets, you know, that hair gets everywhere. Okay, well, let's see. I think I want that right there. Okay, now let's get a little bit of glue on this butterfly, just in case. Use my Cricut weeding tool, get that backing off. Maybe. Oh goodness. There we go. And then I will be able to stick this down somewhat straight. Okay, and get this other piece on like so. There we go. And I think this is kind of coming up, so I'm going to put a little bit, maybe just a little bit of glue underneath the edge here. Don't want it too thick because I don't want it to come through, but I do want to tack it down. There we go. Just a bit. Okay. So what do you think, guys? I think we're good, and I think our next video is going to be a flip through. There again, like I said, I've added the bling, the plate, the seam binding closure, and the only thing that I did without you was attach this to the front and back cover, not the spine. Oh, and I did add a little bit of lace to the inside pockets bottom, so that shows out the bottom as well. And then yeah, I like it. I really like how it turned out. I think it's cool. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and thanks for coming along with me. Appreciate it.